Hello, today we are day 359, meaning 6 days to go with this IG live. Crazy. So what I actually do want to talk about today is because I'm just doing some reflection and contemplation, as I usually do. I went out, I had coffee with a few friends, and we were just talking about all sorts of different topics, and one of the things my friend mentioned was, we were talking about like quantum leaping, and then the things that we desire, sometimes like we see it so far away because we focus so much on the future. And she's like, how can you tap into the future version of you now? And so I came home and I started kind of thinking about it, and in a way I'm like, because I've always struggled with that. I've heard that being that saying said so many different ways, and really, and I know this to be true, and I'm sure some of you have heard this before, that everything that you desire, in life, whether it's the relationship, the money, the job, the business, all of it already exists. It already is there. But the thing is that what is holding us back to receiving it in this moment is many, many things. It could be our belief system. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about, what do you believe, can you actually have it? Do you believe that you can have it? And then there's sometimes it is that lack of evidence. Hi, Courtney. Sometimes there is that lack of evidence that you're you don't believe it can happen because you haven't seen it happen, or, you haven't seen anybody else happen to them. And so we get into this place of how do we, we question the how. We're how do we tap into this future version of ourselves? And when we can't really get our energy behind, when we can't really believe it. And I was thinking of it, and I'm it can be challenging. And so if there is something that you desire now in that future version of you, what would be some of the things that you're I would love to have this now? And whatever that may be, whether that is money related, business related, life related, anything, what can be some of those things that maybe you envision it that it could be 5 years down the road, or in 10 years down the road, or maybe in 6 months down the road, but what if you can have it now? And the minute that pops up, what are some of the first things that come to your head? Is it that you feel it's impossible? Is it that you feel it's possible? What are some of the stuff that is popping up? And usually the first few things that are popping up, it's that's where you're holding yourself back. And if nothing is popping up, then can you actually believe that you can have it now? Do you actually believe that it is possible for you to have the things you desire now? And then the next question I have for you is that, can you actually hold it? Can you actually hold what you desire now? So if it's more money, can you hold the money? If it's more clients, can you hold the clients? If it's a relationship, can you hold the relationship? Can you actually hold it? And that is really becoming very honest with yourself, because as much as we want all the things, sometimes we're not in a place where we can actually hold it. And so sometimes it may not necessarily be our belief system, or the inner work that we've done, or any of that. It's just can we actually physically hold it? Can we be grateful and have it in our world? And so, yeah, just things to think about when you want to tap into that future version of you, because it is all about mindset. There's obviously things that you can physically do to tap into this future version of you, but really what it comes down to is the mindset behind it. Can you hold it? Do you believe you can have it? Do you believe it's possible? Are you focusing too much on how to have it versus trusting that you can have it? And so a few little things to think about. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm sitting with, and like the reason why I want to share this because there's this card in the tarot deck called Four Cups, and this one's really interesting, and I believe that this is like many people can relate to this, is that everything we want is there, but you see like, so this is like the offer of all the things we want, and then we have like the other three cups at the bottom. And the guy, he's just looking down. He's just looking at the cups he has, but he's not paying attention to the thing that is like right in front of him. And a lot of the times, if we're so focused on, just the evidence, just what is possible, then we won't see the thing that is available to us, that is actually like literally right in front of us. Because this is like we just focus on all we can see. But there's so much more around that than just all we can see. So again, the things you desire, can you hold it? Do you believe you can have it? Because sometimes we need to go first before the evidence actually comes into our world. And so, going first doesn't always mean taking action. It's just more believing it before seeing it, which can be tricky at times, but how can you believe it without seeing it? And how can you let go of the how? How can you let go of how it needs to look like or how it should be? So, just some questions. Okay, that's it for today. 6 days to go. 6 days to go, you guys. And then this 365 live is done. How crazy is that? I will speak to you all tomorrow. Hope you have a lovely Sunday. And that's it. Bye.